Welcome everyone to the female bodybuilding channel. And JB, you got to announce her name because we tried to say it, but we weren't sure. JB, introduce our guest.
Yes, hopefully I'm don't mess it. Welcome everyone and welcome Supriti Acharjee, right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Can you say your name so we don't ruin it? Can you hear how you pronounce it?
Oh, well, you pronounce it pretty well. It's Supriti Acharjee.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
You're still 20, is that correct?
I'm 21, yes.
21. So right now, you are the youngest pro in the world in women's physique, in the whole world. And we saw some incredible pictures and videos on Instagram last week, correct? You won pro card in India, correct?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that, the feeling of turning pro at age 21 and in your home country.
Oh, well, it wasn't very hard for me to get the pro card because, I knew that I could do it already. And even when I was 18, I knew that I could get the pro card at once. And this was my first time going to the Amateur Olympia. And yeah, I did it on the first go. And I knew that I could do it. It wasn't hard for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And it was a great feeling because now I'm ready to do my pro debuts. And I think I'm ready because I'll take off for a year now and I can grow myself bigger for the stage, for the pro stage. Now, half time, I got some maturity of muscles. You know what muscular maturity is. You don't have the maturity when you're really young. Now I'm 21. I have some maturity. Within a year or so, I would have more maturity, and at least I would be able to stand next to the great pros on the bigger stage. So yeah, that was what I was waiting for till now.
So unlike the other girls that we interviewed that just turned pro, you were pretty confident. You knew all along for years now that you're going to turn pro, correct? This early,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like people have been saying a lot of times that you should go to the Amateur Olympia, get the pro card, go get it, go get it. I was like, no, I don't want to just go and earn the pro card and sit down for 4 or 5 years and then go to the pro stage, or just get the pro card and go on the pro stage and get no position. That's something I don't want. So I was waiting for the right time to get the pro card. So yeah.
Even though you don't say it's a big deal, but for us at that age, we want to know a little bit because you are the youngest pro in the world. Remember, for women's physique, this is a really like big deal. We interviewed many of the other girls when they turn pro at 24 and 25. It's like really big deal, but you're 21. So can we go back a little bit because we don't know much about the Indian bodybuilding scene. We know I've seen some of the guys, but not so many actually. So with you, when did you start training to become a bodybuilder? Because you're only 21. And
When I was 14,
14.
when I was 14, yeah. In 2018, I started training in 2018. Before that, I used to play basketball. I was a national player. And then I got into arm wrestling for a while, like some 6 months or a year, something
What
like
age
that.
was that? What age was
So
that?
13, 14, then in my late months of 14, I got into bodybuilding.
So when you
So
were
pretty much
13, first
15.
of all, is arm wrestling, is that a big thing in India? Or is it popular?
Yeah, it is popular here. It
Okay.
is.
And why did you go to arm wrestling from basketball? Why did you make that switch?
Because I knew that I was strong and I wanted to just kind of showcase it somehow. I was doing strength training already when I was playing basketball in the government gyms, and it was pretty fun for me to, I was able to see my abs in just the age of 13, and it was pretty fascinating for me. Then I thought there should be something through which I can show my power, Then I got into arm wrestling for just for fun, and it was pretty. It was a good experience for me. Then I
With
got into
other
bodybuilding.
with girls or with men when you were arm wrestling? Was that with girls your
When
own
I was,
age?
just in general practice, I used to do that with men who were 4 or 5 years older than me.
Did you win?
And yeah,
You could beat some men at 18 years old in arm wrestling.
yeah.
14.
And but I was also a national champion. I got into national championships of arm wrestling, but that was for women under the age of 18, and I became the national champion in that.
Okay, you became national. And then you went to bodybuilding. First of all, how is the bodybuilding scene in India when you were 18? Was there any? Do you have like trainers in the gym? Did you do everything by yourself? Did you watch the Olympic? How is the bodybuilding scene there when you were 18?
Well, to begin with, I created a Facebook account when I was in seventh standard, let's say, and there I saw a few pictures of American female bodybuilders there, and that was pretty fascinating for me because I had only seen men with those
Muscles.
muscles, and only on pictures and a few men in the gyms in the neighborhood, but I had never seen a woman that beautiful with so much of potential. I wanted to look like that. I don't know how to get that, how to get to that point, but I wanted to look like that. And I'm also a good artist, so I used to draw women with muscles, and my mom was like, "You're drawing something different." I said, "I want to look like that." She laughed at me, and then she didn't pay much attention to that, but then I thought I have to do something about it. I was a vegetarian initially because most of the Indians here are vegetarians. I was a vegetarian. I started a vegetarian diet consisting of a whole lot of protein stuffs in it, but I had no access to supplements and other stuff. So I started a vegetarian protein diet, and then somehow someone in the gym got to know about my passion, and they started helping me with some whey protein and stuff for a few months, like 3 4 months, and I started yielding some good results. That's how I got into bodybuilding. And someone once told me that you should go into a bodybuilding show. That way you can get some sponsors to support your dreams. And then I got into a state level competition in my state called Chhattisgarh here, and I went there, won the show, and also
You
got
won
a
your
small
first one thing.
sponsorship
You
for six
one
months.
question. You won your
Yeah.
first show. How many girls were
Mhm.
there?
There were four girls, and I not actually I won the show. I was placed the second.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And that
but
was your first diet. That was your first prep in a way.
yeah, my
Yeah.
first prep, a vegetarian prep.
Oof, that yeah, okay. what
Yeah.
what does that mean? What's the difference? Because you made the transition, it sounds like, but was it hard doing a vegetarian prep? Was it harder?
Yeah, of course it is hard because you cannot cut much carbs from that, from a
No,
vegetarian diet,
no.
because most of your protein for me came from legumes, beans, and just other stuffs. You
Yeah.
cannot cut the carbs. You can get lean to the core with
Hmm.
a vegetarian diet.
Yeah. And so you did that show and then you made the transition to start with it. How did you start a protein diet? When did you make that decision then? Like
Um,
the meat diet then.
Well, I was already studying. I was already studying about the protein diet and stuff because you need protein. That's some common sense.
Yes.
You learned that in middle school already. I knew that I was not doing really well. I had to do something. I At the age of 15, I started as a trainer in a gym, and from there I
At
started making.
age 15, you started
Yes,
as the trainer or with the trainer?
as a trainer,
So
as a
you're
trainer.
15 years old woman in the gym working as a trainer.
Yeah.
Who did you train then?
A few like lifestyle people for that, not bodybuilders or fitness guys. They were just they just wanted some lifestyle fitness, and I helped them with it, with their diets, with their workouts. I was working as a freelancer. I somehow made my own money and started buying my stuff, started buying my supplements. And I was already studying about the anabolics and stuffs there, how to use them, how to incorporate them, how to make it less of, less harmful for a woman.
But one question, how did you learn about, because usually, the anabolics, usually people don't know about it until like 24, 25. The studying of it, at least. They just try it. But when you were 15, studying
Mhm.
anabolics, how do you know what worked, what was safer? What did you start using it when you were 15 or just
No,
studying?
I started using it after 18. Like when I
Okay.
was about to turn 19, I started using anabolics. Before that, I didn't use anything.
Well, you just learned about it online
Yeah,
or in
I was
books
just
or
learning about it, looking for reliable sources to read, and a few people who were already into it, because I already started competing with the IBBF Federation, the popular Indian federation. There you have like really big muscular guys, and they know a little about, they don't know much about the female cycles, but they know
no.
about stuff, how it works and how it must be used. I started hearing them from them, and then the websites helped me. That's how I did it.
So, did you go to school beside working as 50, 16, or did you just do
Yes,
the working?
I'm also doing my master's degree from here
Okay, so you're doing
currently.
the master degree and you were
Yes.
working in the gym and you're a professional bodybuilder and you're only 21. That's very. So when you were 18, you started with the anabolics, and what changes did you see to your body then?
Well, the muscles first, the
Yeah.
strength. I was able to lift like crazy. I was already lifting crazy, but then the strength that I saw after using it, that was addictive. But when you first start using it, you get all crazy and take it a little bit more than it should be. And I
Yeah, yeah,
did that.
that's
I
nice.
made that mistake in the beginning, but later I fixed it. And that led to the hoarsening of my voice, which I have a little bit now.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's not so.
Otherwise,
One thing, it's not that bad at all. By the way,
yeah,
I wouldn't even think about it if you didn't say it. Would you, JB?
No, not
No.
at all.
So it's not, the voice is not deep really at all.
No,
but
but definitely not.
it was a little better than this before. But yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it that happened to me. And after a while, I started seeing some, um, what do you call that when you lose a little bit of hair from the front.
A little bit.
Yeah, a
That's
little bit of.
sadly.
I was able to see the scalp, so it was a little problematic for me. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get that. I didn't want to have that look of my hair just receding back.
No, it's,
So
well,
I.
can we ask? Can we ask? We're not going to go so more into that part, but can we ask what did you start with? Do you remember your first cycle? Can you remember it?
Yes, I started with Anwar and Glenn first.
But
The
but
first
that's
cycle.
but that's nothing.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
started with, though.
that's very little. Omnivar is like creatine.
Yeah.
It's nothing, and Clen it's not even a steroid almost. It's just a fat
Yeah.
burner.
Then after 4 or 5 months, I got to know my boyfriend, Yash, and he also helped me with these things because he saw my potential in a competition. We met in a competition. He saw
Yeah,
that like this girl is crazy,
yeah,
and he wanted to help me out. He always dreamt of me becoming a IFBB pro. He always dreamt of it, even though I never dreamt of that, but he did, and he pretty much helped me with that. And then the next cycle he designed for me was HGH, Primovolin, Anwar, and Clen. And I
yeah.
use it. That's when I started seeing some
Results.
receding of hair.
Well, that's when you start seeing the side effects.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's sadly that's bodybuilding. It's impossible for a girl to use things and not get any side effects. It's gonna
Yeah, of
happen to
course.
everyone. So that's just how it
Yeah.
is. And what shows did you do in them days? Because you said you did a different federation. Was that correct in when you were 18, 19, or?
Yeah, I used to do the national championships here. Oh, wait a minute, please. I don't know why.
And JB, we see in the videos from this show, for people who are watching it, the level of size and the symmetry, JB, and her, especially her back and the fullness in the upper body. It's not normal, JB, for 21, JB.
No, I think it's natural talent. It's yeah, given, but also work, of course. But I thought that yeah, the potential is there since the ground, and I think yeah, keep on going like that, and yeah, keep on training like that, and you would explode in the pro scene, because we have that potential, and you have the structure, the bones, we say, yeah, and so. Wow, I was surprised. Yeah.
At this show, we're gonna go to this show now. Were you happy with the overall package, condition, size, symmetry? How do you feel about the look? Because I think for you, how do you feel about the overall package you delivered here now this weekend?
I think I could have done better.
You could have been a little bit harder, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's because I got a little demotivated like 2 weeks before the competition.
Okay.
Because you know, in India, like there are a lot of people who want to be called my coach.
Oh. Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you have problems there also, and this is the same
yeah,
problem in America, also in Europe. There's so many. Okay, I don't think we want to talk about that because I don't think they deserve the attention. But there was some drama, correct? Or
yeah,
before?
there was some drama, and this particular person was like, he has been wanting to train me for 2 years now. He has seen me in big competitions before, and he thinks that I should get in touch with him because he's the best in the country. And that he can help me better too. And he thinks that I don't have a strategy to get this physique going.
Okay, so who prepped you? So you have a trainer? Is your boyfriend, or who is the one that's helping you doing it?
Well, I won't say that my boyfriend completely does the work for me. I do my work on my own. I can ask him for some suggestions that if I should take this, do this, and what if I'm trying to make this kind of change to this plan? Is it valid or not? He can help me with that, but I won't say that he completely helps me with that. That's not the case.
Now you turn pro. You just said you're going to take a year off to build some size, meaning you're going into off season. Is this correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I would take a complete off from everything for 10 weeks now, and then I'll start slowly again for 2026 show, or maybe some show in the end of 2025.
25, yeah, okay. Or maybe already next late 2025. You want to do women's physique, or do you want to transition into women's bodybuilding?
Well, ultimately, I want to do women's bodybuilding, but I think that's going to take me some years because I don't want to ruin other things for the sake of getting into that division.
No, you need to build slowly, and it takes time, the quality
Yeah.
to get the muscle without using too much other stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Women's physique next year or 2026. Can you travel? There's a lot of athletes who you can travel, correct? You can fly and everything. There's no problem traveling from India?
Yeah, it's not a problem for me. Wait, let me just fix the phone because
Yes.
it's troubling me. Yeah, is it better now?
That's better.
Yeah. Hmm.
There you go. Yeah. You can travel and everything.
Yeah, I can travel. I have no problem. Just I won't. Just only problem is that I need to get the
You need to
visa
get
on
the
time.
visa on time.
You know.
How does that work? Because we never seen an Indian athlete ever, I think, in women's physique or women's bodybuilding in modern day. Is there any? JB, is there any other Indian athletes, girls, ever in women's physique? Not in women's physique, that's for sure. In women's bodybuilding?
Uh-huh.
No, not really, but at the moment they're coming. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of a hype now, and yeah, it's coming and they're really good. But I can't remember all the names. But at the past times, I cannot remember really. No.
No. So there's never been one. So next year then, it's too early now, but where would you want to compete? You want to compete in Europe or would you want to compete in America? Because it's very far from India. All the pro shows, sadly, there's no pro shows in India. There's no pro shows in Asia. There's no pro shows in Africa or Korea or for women's physique and women's bodybuilding. It's only in Europe and America. Where is your dream to compete first?
Well, I would like to come to America first, to see the scene there, because ultimately they have the Olympia in America, so I would know how to get there first for the Olympia, because it's my dream to get on the Olympia stage. That's why I think I should do my first show in America. But if for some reason I can't do that in America, I don't have a problem in doing that in Europe as well.
No, because we have a lot of shows in Europe for women's physique, and there's also some shows in America. I think we have I think it's like 20 shows each year in women's physique around there. So there is enough shows to qualify, but first we got to compete first. Will you be finishing your school this year, or is it just training and work? Or
I'm in the first year of my master's degree. I have one more year for this. Well, I don't have a problem traveling while I'm studying because I can get a leave from college easily.
And what about sponsors? Do you have sponsors?
No, I don't have any sponsors.
You don't have any sponsors for bodybuilding. So in India, they can't use your face and body to sell any products. There's no one that's reached out for you to become.
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one's there supporting me here. I mean, for other divisions, women have sponsors, like in bikini, and other men, they do have sponsors here, but I don't have any.
Okay. Do they sell supplements in India from like SciTech and like European brands? Do they sell those in India, or is it just Indian brands in India of protein powder and creatine and EA?
Yeah, they do sell other, Western brands here too.
Okay, so that means this year we have to reach out to different sponsors in Europe and America to become the face of the company, because you have to remember when we posted your pictures, I remember in the story of Female Bodybuilding channel, it's the Instagram with the most fans that like women's bodybuilding and physique. We saw crazy reaction from fans. They haven't seen something like you. It's very you're very different, huh? You don't. There's no one like you at this age, and also from India, you're very different because all the girls are either African American or white Europeans or some Asians, but there's no Indians. So you have a very different look, and you're very young and pretty and with big upper body muscles, and so that look would sell. So the best is to reach out to different supplement owners, send them your pictures, and say, I'm ready, because there's no one like you, and you should take the time. JB and myself can also send some DMs to some supplement owners, because your look is different, and this is what sells, huh?
Well,
so
that's really kind of you.
It's very important, and especially to do it, especially in women's physique, women's bodybuilding, to do it early, because it's the youthness with the muscle. People are really into it, and it sells products. So there's no Indian supplement. Okay, how's the reaction been since you turned pro? Do you have a big Indian following? Do you have many fans in India? How's that for you?
I do have many fans in India, but I won't say they're fan. They're like some kind of perverts in India who are my fan. And I do have fans from around the globe, like mostly from the States. I have a lot of fans who want to support. Like they kind of cheer me up most of the time.
They do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some are Indian men fans, are they a little bit different? Because we get a lot of weird DMs from them. Are they I don't know how to say. Are they a little bit different? Some of the men in India, because they write very
Yeah.
strange things. Are they a little bit
Yeah.
different?
Yeah, they're different. Like, they kind of don't know how to respect the boundaries of someone, I would say.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's from the culture, right?
What?
Is it like a cultural thing, or is it just they get excited when it's women's bodybuilding and like?
I think they just get excited and lose their mind. It's not a cultural thing. Culturally, um, well, they don't teach these stuffs in Indian culture, in Hindu culture. They won't.
Okay.
They usually teach you to respect women, but it's something different than that. It's not what they teach in the culture.
No. Well, we're not used to. Maybe they're not used to seeing people like you, so they go crazy. They can't help themselves,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
That's for
That's why
sure.
that's why I'm asking.
I would say they are uncultured.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you planning on taking any visits to any shows, or is it too expensive to go to FIBO or expos around the world? Is it something on the radar for next year, or is it maybe hard?
Well, that's going to be expensive for me because I'm taking care of my expenses on my own.
Oh, you own, yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's not so we need a sponsor. I hope people, this interview hopefully is gonna get thousands of views. So
Mhm.
sponsors, make sure that you reach out, because you've been you've been an independent woman for a long time, correct? 15-year
Mhm.
old, you started. Did you live at home when you were 15? Did you move out, or how did that go? By the way.
Well, I didn't move out. I was living with my parents, but my initially my parents didn't support my dreams.
No, no.
Um, so I had to do things on my own. I didn't ever ask them for money, that give me some money for my supplements or my food or my gym expenses. I never asked them for it. They have done enough for me. They're paying for my studies. They had been paying for my studies since I was born, and that's enough for me. I'm really thankful to them, very grateful to them for whatever they have done for me. And this is my dream. And that's where I thought, if that's my dream, I need to support it on my own. I'm not going to force them for anything. They have already done enough for me.
Before we go, we just want to say, uh, all this time, JB and myself, we've interviewed all the great legends and greats when they came up, like Andrea Shaw and all these girls, and obviously the older legends, and interviewing you, seeing you. There's so many new pros all over the world we've seen. Some are great, some can maybe become something in years, we don't know. But with you, it's different. We just see the genetics, the drive, the difference with the physique, the roundness, the balance, with the look of a star, the
Mhm.
combination. JB, have you seen? This is rare talent, JB, correct?
Yeah, it's real talent. Wow, it's great, really great. I'm really astounding. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so pretty. We don't say it just to say it. We say it because of years of interviewing different talents. You are completely standing out at this age. It's crazy. I really hope you go all in safely as possible, of course, and smart. But
Mhm.
I think you can go really, really far. And if you reach out to the right people and get the right team of sponsors behind you, we're looking at a girl that can be a game changer for women's physique, for women's bodybuilding. And it's exciting, coming from a new continent that we're not so familiar with here in Europe and in America. We're excited, and we're gonna look for YouTube, because you promised us you're gonna make a YouTube. Is this correct?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Correct.
you need to do a YouTube channel with training and motivation, because you can really change the game. And there's so many fans also in India. It's a big country. Imagine all the views you can get. It's going to be big. So talk to us before we go. What is your mindset for 2025? What are you going to strive for?
Oh, well, I'm going to go for like to gain 2 to 3 kgs of pure muscle mass this year. Pure muscle mass. Well, and also to look after my health this time. And for the 2026 shows, I'm going to bring out a great package, better than this one.
So we're going to add 10 pounds of muscle, but be harder on stage.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
That's
Well, that's how I look now. And I weigh about 75 kgs currently. On stage, I weighed 69 kgs. Last off season, I did up to 80 kgs. I hope I can go higher than that, but while staying leaner than last time.
So you were 69 kilos on stage.
Yes.
So we're going up to 73 kilos, but leaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. Before we go, we got to hit the front double one more time. You know, the people want to see, fans want to see the front double. You know, that's what people
Should
want
I
to see.
take the top off?
Even better.
Even better.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Because just pro card was yesterday. I mean, last week. And
Yes.
and as you can, 21 years old, youngest pro in the world.
Bam.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Super small waist, as you can see.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We got to see the back also.
Okay, one moment.
We got to see the back. JB, this is crazy talent to be 21 years old, JB,
Yeah,
correct?
so much potential. So much potential. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it. Boom.
Bam.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And the back lat spread, yeah. Oh, JB.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Crazy back.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The back is looking
Ooh. She likes it.
excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving us your first English interview.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.